Welcome to the 8th day of Embrace Change Yoga Challenge. This yoga class is a beautiful way to reset your mind and body through grounding poses paired with blissful breathing. You will enjoy this gentle yoga practice on the ground, giving you lots of time not only to release tension and stiffness, but also to give you the opportunity to connect deeper with your own breath. We will start today's class laying down on your back, bringing your feet on each side of the mat and your knees together, one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And let's start with deep breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale out through your nose. And continuing with belly breaths or abdomen breathing. Inhale, your belly rise, feeling your hand on your belly rising, and exhale, belly falls. Let's do a few more. Inhale, belly rise, and exhale, belly falls. Focusing only on abdominal breathing, so only your belly is rising here with every inhale, and with every exhale, belly falls. Let's go to the chest breathing. Inhale, expanding your chest from the sides, up, back, and exhale, release. Inhale, opening and expanding your chest, and exhale, release. Feeling your hand that's on your heart moving up every time you inhale, and every time you exhale, releasing down and contracting. Let's take one more long big inhale and deep exhale out. And continuing in your own rhythm, opening your knees, bringing soles of the feet together for supine butterfly pose. You can give yourself a hug here if it feels good. Bringing back your one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Really feeling this loving, gentle touch. And relaxing, surrendering, and grounding. Feeling grounded through back of your head on the floor, your back, your sit bones, your feet, and relaxing here completely. Slowly bringing your knees together and bringing your knees to chest, rocking from side to side, giving yourself a hug, and grabbing outer edges of your feet or your ankles, whichever is available, rocking from side to side, happy baby pose. Opening your hips, and if it's available, grabbing your toes, straightening your legs. Keep rocking from side to side. And bending your knees, bringing your knees to chest, giving yourself a hug once again, and rocking up and coming into boat pose, Navasana. And grabbing your right foot or ankle with your left hand, twisting to the right arm behind your back. And bending your knee, bringing your right ankle on top of your left knee, pulling your left thigh to your chest, and bringing your hands behind you. Lift your hips up, keeping your legs in the same position. And release down. Coming back into boat pose. Remember, you can either bend your knees or straighten your legs here. And grabbing your left foot with your right hand, left arm behind your back, and twisting to the left. Bend your left knee, bring your left ankle on top of your right knee, and pulling your right thigh towards your chest, sitting with your spine straight. And bringing your hands behind your back, lift up, lifting your hips higher, opening your chest, and release down. Release your feet down and lifting your hips up for bridge pose on your hands and feet. And release down, straightening your legs in front of you. Inhale, reaching your arms up, and exhale, fold down. You may flex your feet here for a deeper stretch of your calves, of your hamstrings. And just staying here and relaxing and grounding. Taking deep breaths, keep focusing on your breath. Slowly coming out of the pose, bringing your hands behind your back and lifting your hips up for a reverse plank. Opening your chest, your heart, and bringing your hips back down. And stepping back into plank pose. Bring your knees down, chest, chin, coming to upward facing dog and back into downward facing dog. Start bending your knees one knee at a time, pedaling your downward dog, and rolling to the front plank pose. Bring your knees, chest, chin, lift up into cobra, bend your knees and lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Let's repeat that. Roll to the front plank, knees, chest, chin, cobra, and lift up into downward dog. Continuing your fluid movements, roll to the front, knees, chest, chin, up dog, arch your back and lift up into downward dog. Once again, roll to the front, knees, chest, chin, up dog, and lifting back up into downward facing dog. Reaching your right leg up, three-legged dog, bend your knee, start circling with your right hip, lubricating that joint, and bringing your right shin to the front, prepping for pigeon pose. And start walking your hands in front of you, coming down on your forearms, maybe even relaxing your forehead down. If you need, you can always put a block or a cushion underneath your right hip to keep your hips in the same level. And just staying here for a while. Once again, reconnecting to your breath. Continuing your deep, long breaths and completely surrendering into the pose. And slowly coming up on your hands, bend your left knee, bring your left foot to the inside of your left elbow, and reaching your right arm above your head, interlacing your right hand with your left, mermaid pose. And release your leg, sweeping your left leg to the front, turning over to your right knee, and bringing your left arm to the inside of your left leg, right arm overhead, lengthening your right side body. Opening your chest. And coming out of the pose, facing front of the mat and folding over your left leg for Janu Shirshasana pose. Flexing your left foot for a deeper stretch. Option to stay here or bring your left hand to your right knee and right arm comes to your left foot, twisting over to the right side and coming out of the pose and going back into downward facing dog. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Reaching your left leg up, bend your knee, doing circles with your left hip if you did on the other side, and bringing your left shin to the front. Inhale, open your heart, and exhale, walking your hands in front of you, coming down on your forearms, or relaxing your forehead down. If you did on the other side, you can use a block or a cushion underneath your left hip, bringing your hips in the same level and just staying here for a while. It's a great opportunity when your body is still for meditation, because usually then our minds start chattering. Our minds are full of thoughts. But focusing on your breath, you can just observe your thoughts when they arrive and let them go. So don't try not to think about anything, because that's almost impossible. But just observe, let it go, and focus on your breath. and slowly coming out of the pose, bending your right knee, bringing your right foot to your right elbow, and going for a mermaid pose. Opening your chest. And release your right leg, sweep it to the front, bringing your left foot to your right inner thigh, facing your left knee, and bringing right arm to the inside of your right leg, left arm overhead. Lengthening your left side body here. And coming out of the pose, inhale, reach your arms up, and exhale, fold over your right leg. You have option to stay here or to bring your right hand to your left knee and keeping your left hand to your right foot, twisting to the left. And coming out of the pose, bringing your legs to the long side of the mat and going for wide-legged forward fold, walking your hands in front of you and just folding down. Using your breath to maybe go deeper into the pose. And just releasing into this deep hip opener. And come up, turning over to your right leg, folding down, keeping both your hips on the ground. And coming back up, turning over to the left and folding over your left leg. Coming out of the pose, bringing your soles of the feet together and folding over into butterfly pose. One more very deep hip opener, working on releasing any tension from your hips. And coming up, crossing your legs and bringing your hands to your knees for a short meditation. Just noticing if you feel any different from the beginning of the class and now. Do you feel more relaxed, more grounded? Is your breath longer and deeper than before the class? Just noticing these small changes and sensations, tuning into your body and your breath. And bringing your hands to heart, bowing your chin to chest. Thank you for joining me today on the mat. Namaste.